Welcome to ESPN's exclusive presentation of the National Invitation Tournament. We're at Coleman in Alabama. Tuscaloosa, the site for the top seed of the tournament. Alabama taking on the MEAC regular season champions out of Norfolk State. To take a look at this particular bracket, finds Alabama perhaps hosting Colorado. If not, Norfolk State will have to go to Boulder. We saw Texas get out early and win over South Dakota State. They will take on either Xavier or Toledo in Austin. Welcome to courtside with Sean Harrington. I'm Dave Lamont. Thank you very much for joining us. You know, I hate to say it, but some guys could be playing the final games of their career, and that would be sad around here if there's no more Dante Hall to play for Alabama. Yeah, he's just been terrific all year long. He's Mr. Double-Double. He's getting his points, he's getting his rebounds. He affects this game around the rim on both ends of the floor. Scores the basketball, gets rebounds, blocks shots, has those momentum dunks where he can really take over a ball game. Leads the SEC in double-doubles. You see he's in that 1,000-point mark. And the Spartans have a bit of a dealing with Derek Jamerson Jr.'s ankle injury. He was injured in the MEAC tournament. He is the nation's leader in three-point percentage at 51.2%. He is expected to play, but he is not starting. And Alabama in the home white where the crimson trim takes the ball. Doug Shows, Jason Baker, and Jeff Pond, our officiating crew. Corner three, Riley Norris, who, by the way, as of right now, is the all-time games played leader for Alabama with 136. We take a look at the starting five for Robert Jones. So it's Jordan Butler, number 45, who's in there instead of Jamerson. And for Alabama, we mentioned Riley Norris and his landmark. Herbert Jones, Galen Smith, and Kyra Lewis Jr. We'll talk a little bit about him because he is a unique young man. Emphasis on the word young. Meantime, Hall, a little flipper, didn't touch anything, but Norris cleans up. A little shy there. And we already saw the shot clock do something it's not supposed to do and corrected itself. There are several different rules here in the NIT, and one of them is after offensive rebounds, the shot clock is supposed to reset to 20, and it didn't right away. Right now, both teams trying to settle in to score basketball. Good drive there. We mentioned Jamerson not being in the lineup, so how does Norfolk State get points without him being there? He's a tremendous shooter, stretches the defense. It's really important for Norfolk State to get into the lane to try to get some easy baskets. And there's a steal for the Spartans. Pull off there by Stephen Whitley. The Stoddy Pitt. And there's an offensive rebound. Shot clock again resetting to 20. So it's Butler having an immediate impact as the last second substitution. A rainbow three and the rebound to Hall. Here is Lewis. Good entry pass. Unable to score from in close though is Galen Smith. Alabama definitely has the advantage inside around the rim. My goodness, Stephen Whitley breaking right through the Alabama defense and a quick timeout call. We will take a 30-second break as Alabama a little bit too slow for Avery Johnson's liking.
Thanks for playing. High five. This is what legends are made of.
All right, Sean, as we get off to a fast start here, 2 out of 5 shooting for Norfolk State. What about the keys to pulling off this upset? Yeah, you need to be able to make threes to stretch the defense. We mentioned Jamerson shooting over 50%. He's capable of doing that. And then Norfolk State likes to mix up their defenses, keep Alabama off balance, and then whoever wins the glass. It's going to be a big key to this ball game. Oh, beautiful pass that time, and Smith will flush that down. See that Alex Reese has come in the game now for Alabama, number 23. So is 23 John Petty. So Avery Johnson, dissatisfied with his starting five, goes to the bench very quickly. Yeah, he went with a line change there to get a whole different unit in there. Lewis, the only one to remain on the floor from the starting five. See if that changes the energy for Alabama. Here's Pitt off a crunching screen. Butler is a big body. And he can't do anything with it. 3 to shoot. Thomas, that's a tough 3 ball. Long shots, long rebounds. Volleyball game is won by Alabama. This is Petty. He likes to fire it, and he can do it. That rimmed out, however, rebound to Jordan Butler. Thomas again off the screen, misses everything. Norfolk State is going to live and die off of three-pointers. Avery Johnson knows that. He worked on that with his team today at the shoot-around when they went to their defensive period. And Alabama has tied the game rather quickly as Lewis, the freshman, 17 years old. He will not be 18 until April 6th.
He's had to carry a lot of the load for this team this year, playing a lot of minutes. Obviously, the most critical position on the floor, the point guard. He's had to learn on the fly this year. He's done a really good job for Alabama.
Butler, good patience, but just high off the glass. He'll get back and tell you what, for a last-second starter, Jordan Butler, by the way, is third-team All-MEAC. He leads that conference in block shots a game. He can play. So can he. Alex Reese, 34% three-point shooter, puts Alabama in front.
Coming off of the big game, still has that hot hand.
And another rainmaker from Pitt does not go. Petty with a rebound. Yeah, Reese had 15 points and 6 rebounds versus Kentucky, and they lost in the SEC tournament. Lefty hook, good soft touch for Dazon Ingram, and Ingram also coming in off the bench. This is 108th career game for the Tide.
Well, great timeout from Avery Johnson and a really good job of switching up the players on the floor. This is a different Alabama team than what we saw in the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Nice pass. Can't hesitate, though. A little bit of hesitation by Alex Long, and that cost him. So maybe you don't know much about Norfolk State. We're going to fix that when we come back. Norfolk State down early here. And notable alumni? Oh, there's somebody on that board that's raising the ruckus.
For $100 a month at Cricket. Ooh, someone's having a good hair day. Smile, you're on Cricket.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NIT is brought to you by ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Now, yeah, Kyle O'Quinn plays with the Pacers, NBA, yeah, great. The other two guys are legends. J.B. Smoove and Tim Reed. J.B. Smoove, best known as Uncle Leon from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Tim Reed, very successful TV career. Venus Flytrap on WKRP in Cincinnati. So Norfolk State, you have some legendary alumni. And by the way, we are going to see, it looks like the first appearance of Derek Jamerson Jr. for Norfolk State, playing on a bit of a bad ankle, but they need his three-point shooting due to the Spartans. Whitley. Skip pass. Again, Pitt has a high arcing shot to say the least. And after a scramble, Petty gets the rebound. Oh, that's a sweet move across the lane. Going left hand is Ingram, the graduate from Theodore, Alabama. And this is Alabama's largest lead.
When you can get those rebounds, gets those run-out baskets before that defense can get set.
And the shot clock resets to 20 after offensive rebounds. One of several NIT rule changes, including a wider lane and a longer three-point shot. You see that white line there? That is the NIT three-point shot. And you see the white paint in the lane. That is the extended lane that's being used in the NIT.
Nice shot by Butler that time. He's off to a good start. He's got that range out to 15 feet. Seen a heavy dose of man-to-man so far from Norfolk State. They like to mix it up.
There's a reset on the shot clock to 20. Petty, good rotation on that shot. That goes in for John Petty. Their third leading scorer, a 34% three-point shooter.
And best time to shoot a three off that offensive rebound. Good ball movement. Petty able to step into that shot. Your percentage is going to go up when you step into it. Why it's so important for Norfolk State to control the glass, to not give up those second chance opportunities.
Thomas goes to the left hand. One thing, not seeing too many offensive rebounds for the Spartans, and that was a big concern of head coach Robert Jones, who's winning the rebounding battle against the Tide.
Both of these teams were dominated on the glass their last time out. This is the reason they both lost their last game.
And the lead is up to 16-8 for the time they lost to Kentucky in the SEC tournament. For Norfolk State, they get to the finals of the MEAC and have a heartbreaking loss to North Carolina Central, 50-47. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds and return to Tuscaloosa. State, Robert Jones goes into the bench and gets Derek Jamerson Jr., normally a starter. You see his unbelievable three-point shooting percentage in conference play. It was 57.6%. He did not start, his left ankle injured early in the MEAC tournament in a win over Howard, and clearly bothered him in the loss to North Carolina Central. In the what-if department, what if he's healthy? They certainly scored more than 47 points, you'd think. Tap back in, aggressive move that time by Stephen Whitley to make it a 6-point lead for Bama.
Good job on the board. 57% from three. Some people would struggle to do that in an empty gym.
Oh, a foul. By the way, it's our first foul. We will step aside while we celebrate the fact that we went 8 minutes and 2 seconds without a foul.
Gatorade Zero. All the electrolytes, zero sugar. Get more out of zero.
Dave Lamont here courtside at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. We do have some rule changes the NIT is trying this year. We mentioned the deeper three-point line, a wider NBA-like free throw lane, shot clock resetting 20 after an offensive rebound, but we haven't had, because it's our first foul, Sean, but we changed the foul rules a little bit.
Yeah, normally at the 10-minute mark, fouls will be reset. And that's usually a good thing because both teams are in the double bonus, it seems like, at that time. We've had one foul in this ball game.
And there's a tremendous turnover mistake by Alabama, and Thomas looked like the intended receiver on that pass. That's an easy layup for Thomas and a 4-point Alabama lead.
That's not going to make Avery Johnson happy. Just miscommunication, especially coming out of a timeout. You talk about what play you're going to run, and back-to-back turnovers now out of the break.
Well, one timeout worked very well for Alabama. This one not working out quite so well. And here he is. Jamerson's going to come up a little bit short. But the offensive rebound, the reset clock, and they're flipping it in is Jordan Butler, who is playing very well for the Spartans, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game.
Now the confidence kicks back in for Norfolk State. They were down and out for a little bit. Nice run here to get right back into the ball game.
The feet were set, but the rebound to Jamerson. Remember, it's his left ankle. So we'll be watching for his performance. A great, great shooter. Going to the right hand is Thomas that time, and the rebound taken care of by Hall. Mack, three ball, that's off the mark. Tevin Mack, the junior from Columbia, South Carolina, firing away. Whitley had it knocked away. It's stolen. Tremendous effort that time by Avery Johnson Jr. And he'll finally wind up with the ball. Hit ahead pass to Ingram. And Ingram is picked by Nick Thomas. This is a crazy sequence for the last 90 seconds or so. And that was almost thrown away by Branch. Now Jamerson again. And he's 0 for 2 from 3.
That's a 51% three-point shooter, so I'll let it fly. But after that sequence, you need to hold on to that ball, get things organized. Good job here by Avery Johnson Jr. Let's get a good shot on this possession after the sequence of going back and forth.
So with the fouls, all one of them have been reset, and right on cue, we have another foul called. But because it's under 10 minutes, it goes back to 1. So again, let's remind you about that. This is an experimental rule. The 1-and-1 has been eliminated, and the team fouls have reset. So that's the first team foul in this 10-minute segment on Norfolk State. And with the 5th foul is now your 2-shot bonus.
And normally, I love that rule. You get in that bonus situation, you're watching free throws for the last 10 minutes of a half. And in case today, we've had one team foul, so the reset really didn't affect this ball game.
Butler was hit with that foul. There's another interception by the Spartans. This is Armani Branch, and Branch will finish. And we are tied. And Avery Johnson's going to try the timeout mojo again. It worked once. Well, Sean, what's going on here with Alabama being as sloppy as they are?
Well, just not on the same page. This is Norfolk State going to the 2-3 zone. There's just a hand in the passing lane with Pitt in the passing lane. And then Branch takes it and goes coast to coast. That's where he's at his best in the open floor, scoring in transition. Again, just sloppy passes. Give Norfolk State some credit for switching up the defense a little bit, but that was not a pressure play. That was just not giving a pass fake. The defense is sitting there reading it, and they get into the passing lane and a turnover the other way.
Alabama has turned the ball over 5 times. It honestly seems like that number should be higher. And Norfolk State has picked up 5 steals accordingly.
And it seems like a lot more because it led to easy baskets, which is kind of like a pick 6. Alabama fans know about football in this area. You throw that pick 6, and those are those turnovers, those live ball turnovers that lead to run outs. There's nothing you can do defensively, and those are demoralizing for you.
You take a look at the recap for the Spartans. They won the MEAC regular season, which means they were going to be in the postseason one way or the other, whether they won the tournament or not. And for winning the regular season but not winning the tournament, they are in the NIT. And that's going to be turnover number 6 against the Crimson Tide.
You talk about Norfolk State switching their defense. They've gone to that 2-3 zone. They look confident in it. They're flying around, active hands. Alabama looks uncomfortable going against it right now. Some sloppy passes. That time a little over penetration. You get in there where there's 3 guys, you lose the basketball.
And they brought the veteran number 1 back in, Riley Norris, playing his record-setting 136th game for Alabama. Levi Randolph, he shared the record with. He was a great player here at Tuscaloosa. Branch underneath. That's going to be right back to Branch. Had it knocked off his knee, and it's going to belong to Bama.
Alabama gave Norfolk a taste of their own medicine. They go to a zone that time. Alabama goes to the zone. You have to find 35. That's Jamerson. Shooting over 50% from beyond the arc.
He did not start the game. Playing with a bad left ankle. And has missed a couple of 3-pointers. That is guided in beautifully by Avery Johnson Jr.
Nice play under control. Got into the teeth of that defense. That's the weak spot of the zone. If you can get it to the foul line, either off the dribble or off the pass. Nice job by Avery Johnson.
Foul line jumper, a little strong. Rebound to Alex Reese. Reese thought about it. Jamerson got right in his face, though. That's going to be a foul. And that foul will be on Armani Branch.
A little quiet from Alabama on the offensive end, but Avery Johnson finally gets him back on board. Nice little floater and touch in the lane.
By the way, the winner of all of this, top 4 teams, will go on to New York, Madison Square Garden, and we'll have the championship on ESPN April 4th. Alabama and Norfolk State, you're watching that right now. Colorado defeated Dayton last night, so Colorado is either going to pack their bags and come to Tuscaloosa or wait for Norfolk State to come to them. You can catch every moment of the 2019 National Invitation Tournament on the ESPN family of networks. And for more information, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. First free throws of the evening. Herbert Jones cashes in. Norfolk State's taken 6 threes, haven't made any. They're hanging in on the rebound totals, down 5. The big thing is 6 turnovers to 2. Alabama with the 6.
Credit Norfolk State switching up some of the defense. They've been aggressive in their zone, getting some hands in the passing lane, but they're going to have to make some threes to stay in this ball game.
And that's the guy that has to make them, and he is 0 for 3. 51% three-point shooter as Alabama will whistle for his first foul of the night.
Jamerson's not going to get many better looks than that as well. We mentioned he hurt his ankle.
So let me ask, you having played the game at a high level at Illinois, what does that do to a jump shooter?
It messes up your timing a little bit if you're nursing the sore ankle. And then the biggest thing is probably confidence. When you're a shooter, you need confidence, and he hasn't seen the ball go through the rim now in a few games because of limited minutes and shots. So he's just lacking probably a little bit of confidence, not having that ability to jump into a shot like he normally does.
And Doug Shows sees a foul here. That's going to be on C.J. Kelly, member of the MEAC All-Rookie team. That'll be his first. Again, 5 fouls in this 10-minute segment will get Alabama to the line for 2 shots. The 1-and-1 not being utilized here in the NIT.
And that's their 4th. So the next foul then would put Alabama in the double bonus for the remainder of the half.
A kick by Jamerson into the front row there. Looks like the spectators are okay. That came quickly. And is this his bad foot, his bad ankle? This is Jamerson's the left ankle. Oh, that's the right ankle.
Yeah.
So now he's got a problem with both. And he's out of the game. Walking around okay, but that's easy for me to say. Oh, Kelly coming in with a backside block. And then almost finished in the offensive rebound on the putback by Alex Long, and Norfolk State hanging around.
Great offensive board in traffic for Long. And Kelly, how about the awareness to come over on that weak side to block that shot? He recognized the shot clock was going down. He knew that there was not enough time to kick it out to his man. Comes up with a block from behind.
I wonder if he heard the crowd, because they were counting down the shot clock to help Alabama. Good pass. Way off on the shot. And the possession arrow, easy fellas. Possession arrow is in favor of the Spartans.
You got to be aware of the shot clock situation. Actually, a little bit more time than we anticipate, but really good awareness still to block the shot. And then because of the push and transition, leads to an offensive rebound. Anytime you can get easy baskets, especially on the road, it's going to help you to stay in the ball game.
So if you watched Indiana and St. Francis yesterday, this looks like Indiana and St. Francis, a 1 versus an 8, playing at home. You think the 1 is the cool line? That's going to go right over the radio row here and over the spectators. But the 8th seed, in this case Norfolk State, refusing to buy the hype. That's their 3rd turnover. Robert Jones and his squad trying to shake off a difficult to watch loss to North Carolina Central. They had a 12-point lead with about 19 minutes remaining. Now Central's a tough team and a deserving champion, but that game was just hard for them. 4 out of 22 in the second half shooting.
And this is a team that scores the basketball. They're right around 73, 74 points a game, so to score 47 is tough to swallow, especially in the championship game of the tournament.
Yeah, North Carolina Central playing in the first 4, losing by 6 at the half in their game. Bama gets Lewis with now 6 points on the evening. Alabama extending their defense here.
And playing that zone now without Jamerson in the ball game, they can really protect the lane.
Oh, what play by Petty, who deflected the pass and then tipped it to a teammate. But then again, Norfolk State active around the ball, comes up with their 7th turnover against Alabama, and I think that's the 6th steal. But they cannot shoot the ball from 3 at all right now. They haven't made one. Reese. Oh, nobody knew. Nobody was paying attention, and this is going to lead to a fast break layup, and again, it's a 1-point game. Complete miscommunication, and Pitt was the recipient of an easy basket.
Yeah, another live ball turnover. That has kept Norfolk State in this ball game. They are capitalizing on some good defense, but some bad communication, and another questionable pass for Alabama.
9th turnover. And Pitt for the lead off the mark. And that's Norfolk State has just not been able to get the over-the-hump bucket that they need Unguarded, line drive three. Norris got a piece. We have an Alabama player. It is Smith who's shaken up. And the official very quick to see that. A nice move there by Jason Baker, who understood that Galen Smith went down, grabbed his right leg, and is slow to get up. So Alabama was going to substitute two bodies anyway. Smith walking off looks all right, but again, it's his knee. I want to remind you, and I bet not a lot of you need this reminder, but first round action of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship begins tomorrow on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV at noon Eastern. More information on tournament game times and listings, go to ncaa.com. With 6 to shoot on the shot clock, that's a rim chipper, but Alabama gets the rebound. The shot clock resets to 20 on offensive rebounds in the NIT.
Spartans are aggressive in this 2-3 zone. They're active right now.
I'll tell you what, Alabama, when they get the ball inside, Sean, that ball is getting slapped at, and it is very aggressive by the Spartans. They've nothing to lose.
Yeah, they're playing with some energy on that defensive end right now. I mentioned 2-3 zone. They're being aggressive, getting in passing lanes. Like you said, they get the ball inside. They're all diving in there, making it tough to score.
And they're in front now on a sweet little move by Stephen Whitley.
It's the old school up and under. Get that defender to leave their feet. Go right up on the other side. Nice use of the left hand.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Yeah. Be using that move for the next 20 years.
A block. And Alabama will be in the bonus. Well, you got to give these Spartans credit. They refuse to go away.
Playing well and putting some good moves on. Anytime you can get it up and under, I'm a big fan of that. Norfolk State hanging in there. The bench likes it.
To bet on yourself today. Find an advisor at northwesternmutual.com.
You might be surprised to see Norfolk State up 1 with just under 3 minutes to go, but if you've watched this first half, you wouldn't be surprised. On the offensive end, Alabama out of sorts. Lots of turnovers, 9 of them, which have led to 8 points for Norfolk State. They've switched up defenses. They've been really active in the 2-3 zone, and just a lot of miscommunications right now for Alabama. They do not look sharp on the offensive end.
So we are in a 2 foul shot situation here for Alex Reese, a 74% foul shooter on the year. He ties the game. Bama's missed 8 of their last 10 shots, and until that free throw fell, it was the first lead for the visitors, and 6-4 in this first half. Norfolk State has yet to shoot a free throw, and we haven't had many. It's only 4 in the first half. A little pressure here turned on by the Tide.
Alabama's half-court defense has been pretty good. It's been their own turnovers that have allowed Norfolk State to run out to get easy baskets.
You got to step in on Reese. You've got to step in on Reese. You can't let him get a freebie like that. 26-22 Tide.
Yeah, he loves that trailer 3. He missed one earlier that was wide open. He's not going to miss too many. You give him those open opportunities. Takes advantage of that situation.
I know it's only a 4-point lead here, but it feels like a really critical stretch for the Spartans.
Yeah, they want to stay in this ball game, take that momentum into halftime.
Trailer 3. Yeah. Let's see if there's a timeout coming. Looking over at Robert Jones. He's going to encourage his guys to keep going. But all of a sudden, Alabama on an 8-0 run.
You better find number 3 in transition. You want to stay in this ball game. He's in a nice rhythm.
Well, that was a great pass, and Pitt just missed a very makeable shot. And here is Reese with the rebound as he begins to assert himself. And let's watch him trail again. He's got it.
Yeah,
this time, yeah, they figured it out. He scored, by the way, all 8 in this run. Aggressively going after it is Bama. They can't get the shot as Hall was well defended, and he is it. 11-0 run. Timeout Spartans. All the points from Alex Reese. So I've been waiting to say this for a while. Here are Reese's Pieces. How about 3 of them?
Well, Alex his Reese just made 2 free throws coming out of the break. So that gets him into a rhythm and some confidence. And these are trailer threes that he loves to shoot. Really gets the confidence and really nice play. You can see it there. Petty gave the extra pass to set up the hot hand. Let it fly, big fella. Yeah, you can smile. That's an 11-0 run by yourself.
And remember, he did have a fine game against Kentucky. He has 14 now. He had 15 against Kentucky. 19 is his career high. And he did all those points in 92 seconds. And all of a sudden, Alabama has their largest lead against Robert Jones's Norfolk State Spartans.
That's a rough minute and a half. Norfolk State was doing a really good job controlling tempo, disrupting on the defensive end, and then Reese gets loose.
Jamerson is back in, number 35 in the yellow and green, and there's a huge 3 from Nick Thomas. Thomas, 40% three-point shooter. Reese again, 14 in a row.
Impressive. You can't leave him. Right there, I understand the ball hurts you the most on the floor, but you cannot leave Reese wide open in the corner, especially after he's scored 11 straight.
And he's kind of forcing Norfolk to come back with 3-pointers, and they haven't shot well from 3 until just a moment ago. They finally got one, and Whitley had his shot blocked by Reese. He's around everywhere. And Petty had one rim out. Shot clock is off. And they will pull up and play for the last shot. So Alex Reese, a 14-0 one-man run. 7 to shoot. Corner 3, open. And the nation's percentage leader in three-point shots comes through with a big one at the buzzer to help Norfolk State out. 35-28. Alex Reese, a sophomore from Pelham, Alabama, accepting the adulation of the crowd, and why not? The end of the first half has the Tide in front by 7. The college basketball halftime report begins right after the break. Bounding the ball as we get ready to start the second half. Norfolk State down 7. And there is Alex Reese, who is starting this half on the bench after scoring the final 14 Crimson Tide points with a career-high 5 consecutive three-pointers. Now, Norfolk State, watch out for them in the second half. They shoot better, they score more often, and 17 times over the last 4 years they have erased a double deficit to win, double-digit deficit to win. So let's see what happens. The winner will play Colorado, and the rebound goes to Alex Long. Whitley and Norris will be called getting in his way. So the first foul on Norris. Just a quick reminder of some of the different rules in the NIT. You see that white line there around the lane and the white line in the perimeter. It's a longer three-point shot, 22 feet, 1.75 inches. That's FIBA's rules. The wider lane by 4 feet is an NBA rule. When we get an offensive rebound, the shot clock resets to 20. And then we will reset team fouls at the 10-minute mark of each half. So we wave goodbye in the NIT to the 1 and 1. And there are a couple of others we'll get to a little bit later on. Whitley, tough shot. Got it with 1 second on the clock.
Good job getting into the lane, and a nice start here for Norfolk State. Get a stop on one end, get a bucket on the other. They go back to this zone where they had some success in the first half, turning Alabama over.
Norris, the all-time leader in Crimson Tide games played in basketball as of tonight. 8 to shoot. Good dish. And a foul. And one coming up here for Smith off the Jones pass.
Jones did a really good job getting into the lane against that zone, making the defense help uphill. And a little spin move. He finds his buddy inside. A nice finish by Smith, who takes a little bit of the contact, plays right through it, gives himself an opportunity for a three-point play.
Yeah, Whitley took a whack at that dunk and didn't have much of a chance. Smith, who struggles at the line, cannot complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Alabama's been struggling from the lines of the lane. We talked to David Johnson about some of the new rules. I'm glad that the 1-and-1's out of there. He goes, let our guys shoot 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. Bama is not a great free throw shooting team, and their head coach is the first one to admit it. More whistles in this half than we saw in the first half already. Alabama didn't get a foul called in the first half. I think it was 7:43 left in the first half. They had 2 on them, and we had barely played 90 seconds.
And that's when you saw Avery Johnson yelling, so just hold your ground. You had him exactly where you wanted. Don't push off. Just wall up. Make him score over you.
So the officials make halftime adjustments like coaches and players do. Trying to get that contact foul and was not called. Thomas knows he's in trouble there and gives it up. And dribbled out of bounds and a turnover against Norfolk State. They did not turn the ball over that much. That's just 5 on the evening.
That was going in there against the trees, and Dante Hall, terrific shot blocker. And Thomas saw that. He knew he had to kick it back out.
When we spoke to Avery Johnson, you mentioned Dante Hall. He's a graduate. Whenever Alabama plays their final game of the season, it'll be it. But Avery Johnson also sees this game tonight, and Robert Jones a little bit too, as a little bit of a starting point for next season.
Yeah, you want to play as much basketball as you can. These are extra practices. These are extra game-like situations where you got film, and Alabama has a lot of guys coming back. Hall, Norris, obviously seniors on this team, but the core group of this Alabama team is coming back, including that young freshman right there, Kyler Lewis.
Usually when I hear young freshman, you kind of roll your eyes. We really mean it. His 18th birthday is April 6th. He is the youngest active player in college basketball, men's college basketball. There's a 17-year-old at Pepperdine who is redshirting.
All freshmen are young. He is extremely young.
And it's going to be a block. So here is Lewis, the freshman from Meridianville, Alabama. Made the SEC all-freshman team, the youngest player to Division I to play this season. He is their leading scorer. He leads them in assists. He leads them in free throw percentage. And as you can see, there's a lot to work with that physique. And another thing Avery Johnson said to us today, Sean, was this guy has not had a weight room summer yet. He will.
And that's a big key, is how do you develop as a player over the off season? And maybe the most important thing, as we mentioned, how young he is. Obviously all freshmen are young, but he's extremely young. So to be able to get in the weight room, put in a summer of all that extra work is really going to do his body well. And
Dazon Ingram has come in number 12, and also back is Alex Reese, whose 14-0 personal run put Alabama ahead by as many as 10 and ultimately by 7 at the half. There's Reese, number 3, jogging up and probably looking for the three-point line again.
And if you're Norfolk State, you better find 3 out on the perimeter. You got a lot of those in transition and some good extra passes as well.
Norris had a good pass there, but that shot off the iron. Whitley controls it for the Spartans. Open, you can't leave the #1 3-point shooter in college basketball by percentage, Derek Jamerson Jr., that wide open.
Yeah, if you're Alabama, you should have one of those like flashing lights over him. You run to him as soon as you see him cross half court. Good sign for Norfolk State to get him a very open look. He's going to shoot that, knocks down Commons. He's made a few here now.
Yep.
See if that gets him going.
Norris finds Reese. Here we go. No, this time no good. But Norris hustles to tap the rebound. Lewis dribbles it off his foot, but Bama maintains possession with Ingram. Ingram, a couple of steps there, and the rebound to Norfolk State. Well, the thing for Norfolk State is Jamerson's hit his last 2. He's playing on a bad left ankle, but missed a couple early, and he looked flat.
He's
There he
open
goes again.
Yes.
Uh-oh, look out. The scouting report, KYP, know your personnel. This guy can shoot it, and it's a 3-point game.
And you saw that developing because no one picked him up on the perimeter, and he did a really good job moving to come behind the basketball to get that open look.
Norris had a good look, but Hall could not hang on.
Give him an extra pass.
Thomas to tie it. We are even. We did say 17 times Norfolk State over the last 4 years has come back from double-digit deficits, didn't we? The largest lead, it was 10 at one point in the first half.
And they needed to make some threes to pull a upset in this game. Well, they've started making them here in the second half.
Reese saw the cutter, didn't have the open pass, so wisely kicked it back out. Bama will drive again. Tough shot. Weak side rebound. Reese rim blocked his shot.
Reese couldn't get his footing. Really good job flying in to get the rebound and just couldn't get that explosion as he was off balance.
Jamerson wants this ball very badly, number 35. Instead, he's going to watch his teammate commit an offensive foul. Nick Thomas crashing into Norris, who comes up with a big offensive foul.
Norfolk State able to cut in that deficit and tie it. That's because Jamerson able to get open, knock down some threes. He's got the hot hand. Keep finding them.
Farm Ridge. It's real life good.
Focusing on this evening with Alabama at the top of it. They were the #1 overall seed in the National Invitation Tournament, and they're in a battle right now with Norfolk State. Colorado watching this one, awaiting the winner, either in Boulder or in Tuscaloosa. Texas has moved on. They'll take on either Xavier or Toledo. That game very, very close. That one is on ESPN3. With Sean Harrington, Dave Lamont, and our ESPN crew. 775 miles away from Tuscaloosa, where Norfolk State is located, and there's a worried Avery Johnson, whose team has absorbed a 10-0 Spartans run. And now some defensive pressure. And how many defenses, Sean, has Norfolk State thrown at them?
Yeah, they're throwing man-to-man, a little zone, that time three-quarter court. And you can't swallow the rebound that time. But that's what Norfolk State likes to do. They like to mix up those defenses, try to keep you off balance out. Tell you what, outside of that minute and a half where Reese got loose, they've done a really good job of keeping Alabama out of rhythm, out of sync on that offensive end.
And they hustle on the rebound play. Reese could not hang on to the pass. Alabama fortunate to keep the ball.
They're flying around. Another quick hands. Yes, active hands.
Poked away that time by Long. 11 Alabama turnovers and an emphatic block by Smith. And Norfolk State getting the floor burns, not going to get the ball, but the effort is absolutely there. So any thought that there might be some intimidation here, that's gone.
And good recovery by Smith to get back into the ball, into the play to knock that ball away.
Here's Jones going to the left hand, and he draws a contact whistle here. The fouls will be resetting the team fouls at the 10-minute mark exactly. They don't stop the game. We play on, and it just resets. So we'll go back to 0. And at 5, we are in the double bonus. There are no 1-and-1s in the NIT. Some experimental rules. And Herbert Jones and Alabama continues to be what they are at the free throw line. We want you to catch every moment of the 2019 National Invitation Tournament on the ESPN family of networks. And for more information, visit NCAA.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Every game being played in the NIT tonight, Sean, is close. That one is banked in to give Bama the lead. I think the biggest lead I saw when we were looking at the scoreboard during the break was 3.
That's what we talked about. Both of these coaches like this because you're getting high-quality opponents, extra practice time, and really good ball games where you can take a lot from and grow as a team.
Whitley penetrating. Dish. Free ball. And then into a run of 5 straight threes, but the putback. And that's the first lead since 22-21 for Norfolk State. They had made 5 in a row. They missed that one by Thomas, but Long cleans it up. And now a deflection and another turnover and another steal for the Spartans. Well, I thought Jamerson was going to let go there. Instead, he gets an effort at the assist. That's going to be out of bounds, off of Petty, and rebounding going with 20 seconds to the Spartans. As Reese will check out, not quite having the impact that he had during that run in the first half. It's a 12-1 run for Robert Jones's Spartans.
And they're making threes now, so you see Alabama flying a little bit more of the shooters. That's allowed some offensive rebounds. And Alabama being a little bit out of place on the defensive end.
Look out.
Yeah.
Oh, does he have a pretty shot? He is a trouble point for Alabama. Derek Jamerson Jr. with 12, all of them from 3. The nation's top three-point percentage shooter, and we have a three-point opportunity for Herbert Jones. Kind of a bad foul.
Yeah, it was Jamerson, as soon as he catches it, you can just tell that it looks good. Nice form, good rhythm. He continues to knock down threes to make his impact here in the second half. And just to contest the foul Jones up top. He's able to get the three-point play opportunity.
But he struggles a little bit from the foul line. Now, Whitley, leaving game number 34, has 3 fouls. So, Stotty Pitt will come in. He is on the MEAC All-Tournament team from last week. Yeah, a three-point play. So, Bama trails by a point.
Alabama now goes back man-to-man. Try to avoid giving up any open looks out on the perimeter.
One in particular, that one. Oh boy, no, that one barely touched the rim. May have been a little out of his range. Petty. Now Jones starting to play with some confidence. Missed that shot. Excellent box out by Jamerson. He'll get it back. And he wants it back. He'll go hide in the corner with Petty covering him.
I'm shooting 51% from 3. I want the ball every possession as well. Let it fly.
He's trying to get open, but right now Alabama is ultra aware with 5 seconds to shoot. Pull up, baseline, and good rebound for Bama. Now they run. They don't have numbers though. And Jones wisely withdrew. 3 ball here. And a rebound again to Jamerson. Dante Hall has not scored this evening for Alabama. He's missed 2 shots. At the top of the show, Sean, you pointed him out as the key guy for the Crimson Tide.
In Norfolk State, that zone has kept Alabama out of the lane, forcing them to become a jump shooting team.
So that was a rough looking 3 attempt there, and that rebound going to go to Norfolk State. We have a timeout with the Alabama crowd a little puzzled to see the Crimson Tide struggling against the regular season champs in the MEAC. The Spartans have earned this 1-point lead.
I like your pants too.
Leading a 3-point shooter by percentage, Derek Jamerson Jr. Sean has caught fire after a difficult start.
Yeah, nursing a left ankle injury, hurt the right ankle injury. Maybe he balanced it out there, having both feet a little sore. But whatever it is, he's found his range. He's found the rhythm. Shooting 51% from 3 on the year, 57% in conference play.
I asked you tonight, what would be the keys to Norfolk State scoring the upset? And here we've updated it. Jamerson right on his average virtually. 12 turnovers and attacking the glass. Norfolk State is hanging in with Alabama, and that was a big thing for Robert Jones. My goodness! Alabama trailing by 4.
Well, they're checking off all the boxes on the keys to the upset, and then you need plays like that to happen as well. Sometimes it's your night, and you start knocking down 35-footers as the shot clock's winding down.
And Alabama is shooting just 25% in this half. Alley, and a big finish for Jones.
Really good pass and excellent finish on the back end for Jones.
He has 4 points.
First easy one Alabama's had in a while. See if that gets them going a little bit on the offensive end.
Jamerson now, he gets Petty.
Now let's see if they don't shadow and face guard Jamerson. Don't leave him.
Thomas, that's a tough little step back, and nobody around the rebound except for Dante Hall. And again, Alabama surviving without any offensive input from him. He has no points. 3 ball there, and Alabama charges into the lead on a 3 ball from Tevin Matthews. Spartans are going to substitute a couple. The fouls are going to be resetting in 25 seconds. And one coming up for Jordan Butler. And Butler now with 10 points.
And the bench loves it. And really good body control from Jordan Butler. He does a good job ripping and driving. And takes the contact and finishes over Dante Hall. And best way to attack a shot blocker, go right into his chest. so he can't extend to block a shot.
That's the first foul on Dante Hall. 22 seconds to go before the fouls are reset to 0. No 1-and-1s in the NIT this year. Lefty. Good, sweet looking stroke from Herbert Jones. And the fouls have now reset to 0 with 10 minutes to go in our game. 5 fouls get you in the double bonus. The elimination of 1-and-1 free throw shooting in the NIT. Pitt saw a lane, tough shot, and he draws contact. That's now the first foul for Alabama in this 10-minute segment, and it's going to be on Tevin Mack. And also, Sean, and I know you'll do a better job of explaining this than I will, but there's also the NBA style under 2-minute thing if we need it.
Correct, and that comes into play in this 10-minute segment right now. If neither team has 5 fouls under 2 minutes, then the second foul under 2 minutes is an automatic 2-shot foul, even if they only have 2 fouls in that half.
Thank you for that. And Norfolk State sneaks back ahead. And Alex Reese will sneak back into the game for Bama, replacing John Petty.
Alex Reese replaces John Petty for Alabama.
Norfolk State's already outscored what they did in the MEAC championship game when they had 47 against North Carolina Central.
Yeah, just a head scratcher for Norfolk there. Good scoring offense, 73 points, and they said that you hold a team to 50, you expect to win. And that was the case. They lost 50 to 47.
Floater roll around for Avery Johnson Jr. and Reese got clipped in the looks like left eye, and he's going to come out while Riley Norris will come in. And Avery Johnson's going to make sure the trainer takes a good look at Alex Reese. And C. Jones, graduate. Hopefully that's just a temporary absence for Reese. No fear in this Norfolk State team at all.
No, and they're starting to get very comfortable on those lane line drives. You saw them going right the last couple times, couple and one opportunities, and that time just a pull up from Pitt. That time he was driving left.
Norris. Jones again. He has been hot in the lane.
You hit it right there on the head. He is taking over the ball game in the middle of that zone. He's getting into the lane. He's using his length to score over the defenders. Does a really good job elevating on his shot. He's looking real comfortable right now.
Kelly thought about the 3, dribbled it off his foot instead. Jamerson, 2 bad ankles, is going to fight for the ball. The possession arrow does favor Norfolk State. Well, watching Jones and then watching Dante Hall struggle. Remember what Avery Johnson said to us today? I asked about, he mentioned stop making big mistakes. One of his biggest problems is he can't seem to get 5 guys to all play well at the same time.
Yeah. And Jones playing really well, and we're talking about his offense there, getting into the lane, scoring basketball. How about him diving almost 15, 20 feet there to keep the possession alive? Causes a jump ball situation, but he almost got in there to steal a possession, sacrifice his body, diving in there on the defensive end. This Alabama team has gone in some droughts at times on the offensive end. You mentioned everybody playing on the same page at the same time.
Well, they have hit their last 5 shots, but they've also gone through tremendous dry spells. Coming out of the break, we had them at 25% shooting in this half. Lewis is in. Mack is out for the tie. Very entertaining and intense NIT opening round game between the #1 overall seed, Alabama, and the 32nd seed, Spartans of Norfolk State, who are not playing like it at all as they come up with another steal.
It looked like a 1-3-1 that time, so that's the first time we've seen that tonight. So another switch on the defensive end, a new wrinkle, a 1-3-1 that time, leads to a deflection.
Butler against Norris. Missed everything. Rebound tapped around, no good. Norris gets it back. Johnson. They work their offense again. Jones has been the hot man. They were waiting for him that time, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Spartans. Alabama will get the ball back. They have received nothing but pain from the Spartans in this game. The green and gold from the MEAC working on a possible upset. Having about as much fun here. Norfolk State and Alabama. Bama in front of this one 55-54. We mentioned it all season long. The Spartans have been a great second half team, and they are showing it already. About to outscore their first half effort. That was nearly a travel, and instead it's going to be another steal and a lead for Norfolk State. That is their 10th steal.
They have been extremely aggressive on the defensive end. Active, getting those passing lanes.
Norris, nobody boxed him out. Missed the tap. And Jamerson with the rebound. He's gotten quiet, but Alabama has really focused their D on him. That is an offensive foul. And that's going to be another charge drawn by Riley Norris, and that is one he's going to feel when he walks the glass tomorrow. Norfolk State is raising the ruckus for J.B. Smooth. His alma mater playing with distinguished basketball and leading an SEC team by a point. But Riley Norris sacrificing his body, and Stephen Whitley picks up a 4th foul.
How about taking that charge, sacrificing the body, getting that possession from Norris.
Rebound going back to Norfolk State. Alabama still struggling with second half shooting. Jamerson. Alabama this year 500 in games decided by 5 points or less. Five to shoot. Pitt, step back. And a rebound, a good one for Alabama. John Petty to Norris, quick pass. Open shot, 4-3. Perfect execution by the tight offense, and Petty with a splashdown.
You knew that was going in because of the ball movement. Ball goes side to side, inside out penetration. Petty steps up, knocks down with confidence.
And Jamerson, who showed he can change gears, took away the three-point shot and easily struck in a short two to tie this game.
Great answer on the other end.
Jamerson, by the way, is senior out of Detroit. Norris going to fire away from three. And a great effort by Alabama, but it's not going to come up with the ball. Fans here thought that Hall got hit. Thomas for the lead. And an offensive rebound. The shot clock at 20 seconds. Jamerson has come up short. And let's see who this rebounding foul is on. It's going to be on Alabama and Riley Norris.
Alabama's going to win this ball game. They need good offensive possessions. And this is about as good as it gets. Ball goes side to side, multiple guys touching it, and then you get inside-out action where Petty's able to set his feet, step into a three. When you can step into your shot, percentage is going to go up. A great ball movement that time from Alabama leads to a really good shot.
Norris leaves the game for Bama with 3 fouls. That did not work out well for Norfolk. Petty into the open court. Euro and a lay-in, and Bama takes the lead again. He has 8.
A lot of easy baskets for Alabama in this game. There's one right there. It's their defense that led to a run out. Block shot on the inside.
11 lead changes in this NIT opener and 6 ties. Under 5 minutes to go. Three to shoot. Oh my! Deadly Jamerson. And he has 14 in the half, 17 for the game. Inside. Putback missed. That'll be a foul. And if you're looking at your screen, Well, let's look at this first, because this is really nice.
This is a hot shooter, and it's good defense.
Did we mention that the three-point line is deeper in this game to 22 feet 1 3/4 inches? That's an international three-point line. That's that white line you see on your screen. You also notice the white line bordering the traditional college lane. That is a wider free throw lane by 4 feet. The shot clock resetting to 20 after offensive rebounds. And you're wondering, wow, this is a lightly officiated game, just 2 fouls with 4:28 to go. The fouls are reset at the 10-minute mark of each half. 5 gets you into 2 free throws. There are no 1-and-1 free throw attempts in the NIT this year.
Petty draws the assignment now of Jamerson. See if he just shadows him, that'll help, and switch off there.
To shoot, lefty 3 ball, chipped the rim, awkward rebound. Thomas went right at it, and he draws a foul. Nick Thomas saw a little opening with 3:59 to go. It is Norfolk State regular season MEAC champs against the top seed of the NIT from the SEC, Alabama. We're level. The NCAA Women's Championship continues Friday at 1:45 and 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 with more first-round matchups. As you see on your screen, check your local listings for the game in your area. And remember, they are also live on the ESPN app. And it's all day Friday, by the way. It starts in the afternoon or the morning, depending on where you're living. And you can watch it work or anywhere. Some excellent matchups. Keeping an eye on the 4th seed Miami. They're on Friday night against Florida Gulf Coast. A team that certainly needs to be watched, and a 1 seed that really like is Mississippi State. A very, very good basketball team. But what you're watching here is a bit of a surprise. Alabama was a double-digit favorite from our friends in the desert, or Brent's friends in the desert. But right now, Norfolk State has an advantage by 9 in points off turnovers, plus 11 in second-chance points, and they lead in steals by 6, and they lead this game by a point. And one problem here, Sean, Dante Hall's game has just not been there tonight for Bama.
He's a double-double machine. No points on the night. He's done his job on the boards. Has 8 rebounds. So that's one, Alabama not looking to get him the basketball. But 2, Norfolk State has been extremely aggressive. They've gone to that zone. They've been active. Force Alabama to be a little bit more outside-oriented. They were aggressive. Anytime he caught the ball, he had 3 turnovers. They were active hands.
And a lot of active hands for both sides there. The Spartans come away with it with Nick Thomas. Whitley playing with 4 fouls. Long turns, fires, rolls it in, and that matches the largest lead for the Spartans in the game.
Long took his time, got good position inside. He loves to get to that righty hook. Good job selling that move, faking middle, and then scoring over the righty hook.
Good pass there by Jones. The extra pass. And Mack with a 3-point, make it 2. It is a 2 for Mack.
And it's that new line. He was on beyond the regular 3-point line, but we're playing with the extended line in the NIT, so that is a 2-pointer. But good ball movement that time from Alabama to get Mack that shot.
Thomas into that widened lane. Again, the white line is the 3-point line. Going to the left hand. That's a tough shot. Tapped up and just missed, but the shot clock resets to 20. Robert Jones frantically directing his team as you see the arms waving all over the place. He's got 9 for his guys to shoot. Whitley off balance, barely got the rim. Rebound, put back, missed. Long missed it, but another offensive rebound for the Spartans. Why don't they try this guy? Left open, the nation's #1 3-point shooter can't find it. And Alabama gets a big rebound at last.
That would have been a huge basket for Norfolk. They got the ball. Jamerson's hands wide open. He just couldn't connect.
We are going to join Avery Johnson and Robert Jones. Timeout called by Alabama. They have 1 remaining in a thriller in the NIT.
2019 Tucson. Hurry, event ends soon.
Time, Norfolk State, the MEAC up by 2 over the host Alabama, the #1 seed, with 2:08 remaining. Neither team in the bonus. Alabama has the possession arrow. Remember, 5 gets you a 2-shot bonus. Colorado meets the winner. They don't know if they're going to pack their bags or stay at home. If Norfolk pulls the upset, it'll be in Boulder. If Alabama comes from behind, it will be here at Coleman. Almost a triple team on that ball. 7 to shoot. Foul. Aggressive drive by Kyra Lewis Jr.
Well, Hall hasn't had many opportunities for catching the basketball deep in the post, but that time he did. And even though he didn't score, it forced 3 defenders to fly around, to make him kick it out, and then Lewis takes advantage of a rotating defense to get to the hole and pick up a foul.
3rd foul on Jordan Butler. Lewis, the best free throw shooter on Alabama this season, in Alabama this season, and not there. And that has been a persistent cough for the Crimson Tide. 6 of 11 tonight. They're one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the Southeastern Conference. And every little thing counts in this final minute 51. They'll take 50%. You see what they've done the last 9 games. That's not going to do you any good at all. That's about what they're shooting right now. What a pretty move, Alex Long. He's got 9. It's a 3-point Norfolk lead.
Playing well down the stretch here, posting up, hitting the offensive board. That time putting it on the deck.
Norris. He's left open, but that covered quickly. Jones, excellent pass. Hall cannot get a bucket, but he will go to the line. Jamerson thought he got ball.
Foul number 22, Alex Long, his first personal foul.
Alex Long showing he's not just a scorer around the rim, able to put it on the deck from the outside. He likes to get to that right hand, showing, hey, I've got the left hand as well.
Dante Hall trying to get in the scoring column for the first point of the night, and it's too hard. This is the guy who led the SEC. It wasn't Grant Williams. It wasn't any of the players from Kentucky or any other team. He led the SEC in double-doubles with 13, and he doesn't have a point. Hasn't shot the ball, but a couple of times. Missed them both.
It's still a 1-possession game, but 3 points.
All right, let me give you the chance to call a play here for Norfolk State. Where are you going?
And right now, I want the ball probably right where it is in Whitley's hands. See if he can penetrate one of the lane lines. And you better box out Long, because he has been active around the rim.
He sets the screen. Whitley with 7 shoots. Stepped out of his shoot. Butler. Thomas with 4 to shoot. Thomas driving with 1 to shoot. It's blocked. Shot clock violation. Unbelievable misfortune for Norfolk State that Whitley lost his shoe. 4.3 seconds differential between the 2 clocks. Watch this. This is insane.
Whitley was just getting ready to make his move from the top of the key, and he had to put the brakes on. And then because of that, the shot clock was winding down. And what a defensive play from Smith coming over the block, the shot to save a basket.
But Bama is still trailing.
Yeah,
now what's the strategy? 2 or 3.
Yeah, attack as quick as you can. Jones has been able to get into the lane. He's not in there right now, so look.
Step back, 3 ball. We're tied! John Petty! Norfolk State has timeouts if they want to use them.
Look for a high ball screen late into this possession.
They got fouls to use. They got 1 more to use here.
Well, that's under 2 minutes now. Yep, you're correct. So they had fouls to give. Under 2 minutes, you only have 1 to give. This is the game tying basket. step back, just gets back behind that line.
And it's the longer line, and now a timeout taken by the Spartans with 6.6 seconds remaining. If Norfolk State can make the game winner here, it'll be the 18th time in the last 4 years that they have overcome a 10-point deficit. In the first half, they trailed by 10. So we take a look now. Let's expand. We've shown you some little baby brackets. We've already seen Colorado with Texas advance last night, Sean. Toledo and Xavier, and right now the Musketeers look good as they're up 14 and running out of time. So it looks like they'll go on to Austin, but Colorado doesn't know what to do yet.
Yeah, they're watching this one with bags packed, sitting on the edge of their seats, maybe staying back home. It all depends on what happens here in a tie game with 6.6 on the clock.
All right, you've got 6.6 seconds to go. The whole building is going to look for Derek Jamerson Jr. So what are you doing if you have the ball here?
I want to attack the lane the best you can. Try to force a foul or get to the basket. More than likely, Whitley's going to have the basketball in his hands. He's the stronger body, able to get by. They've set a high ball screen the last few possessions, so look for a high ball screen. Whitley trying to get downhill to get into the lane to draw a foul or kick out to a shooter.
A fifth foul in Alabama would put Norfolk State on the line for 2 shots. Here we go. 6.6 remaining. Whitley with 5, 4. Whitley 3. Whitley underneath. Put back. Short. Overtime. Norfolk had their chance and Butler could not get the lift on the game. Winner will play 5 more minutes. It was there.
That's exactly what Norfolk State wanted. Really able to get downhill. Not a bad look. Excellent job by Butler flying in there to get the board. He just couldn't get enough on it.
That would have gone in right at the buzzer and would have been the game winner. Now, Norfolk State this year has played overtime twice. They've won them both, including a double overtime game. Bama has not played overtime all season. Let's talk about the mentality of Norfolk State. Is it a little bit of, oh, God, here we go again? We just had a brutal loss in the MEAC title game. That's why we're here, and now we have to do a little bit more work.
That's exactly right. So many times going into overtime, it's which team has the momentum. And right there, Norfolk felt like they had the game won. They were that close to winning it, so now they got to regroup and say, hey, we're right there. We're going in overtime. We got 5 minutes to advance to the next round, where if you're Alabama, you feel like you survived, and now maybe you've got a little bit of momentum saying, hey, we dodged a bullet there. Now this is our chance. Let's go steal it.
So Norfolk State did not go to their three-point ace, Derek Jamerson Jr., but he has come on strong in the second half.
And he's shooting 51% from 3 on the year, and he got hot in the second half, ignited a run to begin the second half that got Norfolk State lots of momentum, lots of confidence, hit some tough threes.
Well, in the last 2 minutes, Alabama shot 4 out of 7. Norfolk State 1 out of 9. And if they were 2 of 9, they'd still be celebrating. 5 fresh minutes. So obviously the NIT is always playing with rules to experiment. So here we go now. Fouls are reset in each overtime period. Second bonus free throw after the 4th team foul or the second foul under 2 minutes. This is what Sean explained. Thankfully, somebody typed it out for me. Remains before the 4th foul within the period. So there you have it. So let's jump it up one more time. 5 extra minutes in this NIT first rounder between 2 teams, and we have a problem right away. A man down for Norfolk State and a cramp for Alex Long. Completely out of nowhere, he just went down, and man, you start to cramp and it is so difficult to shake that off. And he jumped, and he didn't look to me anyway as if he stepped on a guy's shoe. That's always a problem, but looked like he just locked up.
Yeah.
And he reached for that foot right away as if to stretch it out. You see this so much in football. I have rarely seen it in basketball where a guy cramps up that badly where he just cannot go.
And he played a lot of minutes, 35 minutes in the game that's gone back and forth. He has been extremely active here late in this ball game, getting to the basket, attacking the offensive boards.
Underneath to Smith. And just like the first half and the second half, interception by the visitors. And just like all second half, Derek Jamerson Jr. with that gorgeous jump shot, and Norfolk State goes ahead. Jamerson's got 20.
Just so smooth.
It's beautiful to watch. It really is. I don't know what his future is, but I hope he draws a paycheck in some country somewhere with that kind of shot. For the tie. Underneath the size of Dante Hall is finally in the scoring column. His first basket of the night.
It took an extra frame to get it to him. He's able to get on those boards, cleans up the shot, so he can dominate this game, especially with Long being out. It looked like a cramp.
Whitley. Finds Jamerson, who wanted to shoot, but he cannot get free and smartly gets rid of it. Ball poked away from behind by Jones. High pass. Jones gives it up. Petty to Jones. No. Ball put back. Slam down by Dante Hall.
Hall now making his presence felt in this ball game. Back-to-back offensive boards and the finish.
I don't see any reason why Norfolk State would go away now, though. They're not going to be scared. Whitley, step back, 3. And Norfolk State goes back in front by 2.
And that's where you're just playing with a lot of confidence. Whitley's only a 26% three-point shooter. But the way that this game has gone, this team's playing with a lot of confidence. He stepped right into that one.
We'll see how Alabama responds. They should be used to this by now. They understand what they're up against. Hall, step back. And a rebound in traffic by this 6'1" Mustadi Pitt. And Whitley. And Norfolk State not in a hurry. Whitley finds a lane. 3-ball. Big long rebound. And a good job there by Petty to break it up and get it over to Dante Hall, who now has double-digit rebounds. Another turnover. Oh, that should be a foul. And it is. A grab by Herbert Jones.
It was a good foul. That was going to be a wide open, either a breakaway. Norfolk State had a man down the floor. Just couldn't get rid of the basketball before the foul on Jones. That was a heads-up play to commit that foul to save a basket.
So Norris will come in. Checking out will be Galen Smith. Long is still being worked on by the trainer on the Norfolk State bench. He went out as soon as we threw the jump ball up in overtime with what we believe to be a cramp. Butler. He flashed open. He was wide open for a second. Thomas almost had the N1 opportunity as Norris leaned in on him. And Norris picked up his 4th personal foul. And we're going to go to the line for 2. There you see that roller that also works on cramps. Helps you get loosened up a little bit.
Norfolk State's had a lot of success driving the lane lines. They're getting to the basket and scoring or picking up fouls.
Clutch free throw there from Thomas. Tonight, following Raptors Thunder and after the buzzer, don't miss SportsCenter with SVP. He and Legs break down Celtics and Sixers. Everything you need to know on the eve of the NCAA Tournament's first round and grading Dwayne Haskins and Nick Bosa's Pro Day. SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific on ESPN and the ESPN app. And Scott likes the smaller schools. He'll have some highlights of this game for you. Win or lose, whoever wins this one. It's been epic at times. 3-ball. Missed it. lost everything. Rebound Spartans, and they have a 4-point lead. It's their largest of the night. They've never been bigger than a 4-point lead with a chance to go to 6 or 7 here. Both teams with 2 timeouts.
Again, run some clock and see if you can get the lane line drives.
That's a big shot. They can't ever get the one shot that could be the real gut punch, and they're going to get a little foul here, but it's only their first of the overtime period. That'll be on Jamerson. Timeout called by Avery Johnson and the Crimson Tide. 3 fouls on Jamerson. We will stay here, as I imagine people are tuning this in a little bit surprised that the #1 seed in the NIT is in trouble at home here at Coleman Coliseum. 75-71, they trail against the MEAC regular season champions. Let's go back to the end of regulation and how close it was for the Spartans to win it in regulation.
They got the look they wanted. Whitley going downhill, not a bad look, good defense. Butler was wide open on the backside. He just didn't have enough to finish it. Tell you what, when he missed that, you could almost feel maybe the air get let out of Norfolk State. That was their opportunity to maybe win the ball game, but how impressive have they been here in this overtime, taking command of the overtime and leading by 4.
Well, Avery Johnson's been in very difficult situations many times in his NBA and college coaching career, so we'll see what he designs for his Alabama team. We've got coming up TCU and Sam Houston. That'll be in Fort Worth. See Alex Robinson. And I bet they're going to get a crowd there. I've been there at the NIT a couple of years ago. They packed it then. They got a Texas team in town. A 1 versus 8 matchup that for you who are going to be watching it, that'll be as crazy and as exciting as the one we have here tonight in Tuscaloosa. That is Long, who is not coming back in. At least for not right now. Suffering from the cramps. All right, I've asked you to run the offense for Norfolk State a few times. What do you do here for Alabama?
You got to get inside. It looks like they're going to go zone again, Norfolk State. So right in the middle of the free throw lane, if you can get a touch.
Like this?
That works.
Draws a foul.
Yeah, that works.
Yep. And he's become much more active, and they've given him a chance to be active.
And you want to try to get that ball right into the middle and then maybe dump down, but this works as well if you can enter it right from the top of the key. Good hands by Hall to pull that one in, and he gets fouled. Nice set play out of the timeout. Clearly, Alabama wanted to get it inside to the big fella.
And a much nicer looking free throw than his earlier efforts. Cuts it to 3. Gave us a little bit of everything. We had Alex Reese of Alabama going a 14-0 personal run in the first half. It's almost 2 for 2. Under a minute.
Again, success here has been Whitley having the basketball, driving the lane line, high ball screens.
Jamerson being guarded by Norris. He has it. The quick shot. The nation's 3-point leader has given Norfolk State their largest lead of 5.
You have to score fast now. You can still get 2s, but got to go quickly.
On the drive. Contested, but banked in and going to the line. An opportunity for Herbert Jones. He's had a magical second half for the Tide.
Absolute huge shot from Jamerson, able to knock it down from deep. Get the lead to 5. And a really good job. Alabama not panicking, down 5. Jones gets all the way to the rim. That's what you want to do, is score and score quickly. Not only does he get a bucket, but he gets the foul. Chance to cut it back to 2.
Whitley fouls out, Sean, with 13 points.
Yeah, that's big on that offensive end. He's doing a good job driving now, though. It's going to come down to taking care of the basketball here. A lot of pressure is going to come from Alabama. They're going to try to get a quick steal, maybe a tie-up, but then they're going to have to foul.
They're going to get the ball and bounce first, and they barely did in time. And dribbling through, and stolen, and lost again. And Jamerson realizes he doesn't have to shoot the 3, and they'll hack him. But that got a little crazy there.
That's what you want to do if you're Alabama. Great job denying everywhere.
That was Pure ruckus right there.
And when you deny, they did a really good job. Almost a 5 count. So when you know it's a 5, you get a little sped up. Try to do a little too much. Ball is loose on the floor. And then you finally get it to Jamerson, who's a 90% free throw shooter.
Well, that's not really a big surprise, is it? I have a feeling if we turned out the lights, he'd still be able to make it.
Just an elite shooter. A big free throw here to make it a 2-possession game.
Bama has a timeout. No trouble at all. Nothing but net. Timeout, Norfolk State. 25 points for Derek Jamerson Jr. in this one. And most of them in the second half. Remember, he came into this game with a sore left ankle. And then we showed you earlier a replay when trying to play defense, he rolled his right ankle. Somehow, in between the two, he has found his shot. 20 points in this half. And the Spartans with 12 steals tonight. And Robert Jones Jr. urging his team to hang on for 17.6 as we revisit Derek Jamerson Jr.'s evening.
Well, he's just been fantastic, especially, as you mentioned, here in the second half. He's able to knock down 3 right out of the gate to get rid of that 7-point halftime deficit. And that gave Norfolk State a lot of confidence. Just that smooth stroke from the outside. And you start making a few, even when they're contested, they start to fall. He's been the offense here in the second half. Norfolk picking up full court, trying to take some time off this clock. Alabama needs to attack the rim here. Still plenty of time to get 2-point shots.
Under 10 seconds. Got to shoot. Got it! It's a 1-point game with 6.1 to go. Timeout, Bama. That's not really the guy you're looking at either to make the 3, but everything is going for Herbert Jones right now. He's a 25% three-point shooter.
And he does not take many threes on the year, but clock was running down. He had to put it up. He's had the hot hand here in the second half.
And the officials are at the monitor. Actually, one official, Doug Shows, is taking a look to see if that toe was on the white line. Remember, we are dealing with a longer or deeper, whatever you prefer, 3-point line to the FIBA international line of 22 feet 1 3/4 inches. If he's on the white line, that's a 2, and it's 80 to 78. If not, it holds. The call on the court is a 3.
And that's big. It was called a 3. So if they don't see anything that they can overturn it with, it's going to stay a 3.
What do you see, or what have you seen as we run this back?
That one, it's hard to tell, obviously, because his foot is behind. The camera's behind his foot in the line. It looks really, really close from that angle.
And unfortunately, this comes at a time of the game when if you're playing, you just want to play, and the officials, and I understand why they want to get it right. This is critical, but the players are going to have to kind of go into a little bit of a freeze while they determine 2 or 3. And the clock is correct. I think that was another issue for Doug Shows. The basket is a 3.
Now if you're Alabama, full court pressure everywhere. You don't have time to try to get a trap or a tie-up. You have to get a steal on the inbounds pass or foul immediately.
The Thomas. He lost it! He lost it! Under 5 to go! Bama can steal this game.
Look to see if you can get a lob potentially to Jones going towards the basket here. Plenty of time though at 4.5 seconds.
Watch the execution here. Jones wanted a lob. They can't get it to Hall either. Norris to win the game. No! Norfolk State, number 32, has beaten number 1. A jaw dropper in Tuscaloosa. Norfolk State, from the MEAC, the regular season champions, comes into Tuscaloosa and beats SEC Alabama.
This is what set up the last play. Turnover for Norfolk State, and really good shot fake from Norris. Gets all the way in, but just didn't get enough on the shot. And Norfolk State survives.
That's absolutely unbelievable what we saw tonight. A double-digit underdog, Norfolk State, and Alabama unable to get the win here at home. They finished their season 18-17. Derek Jamerson Jr., 25 points, 22 in the second half. Our final score, Norfolk State 80-79 over Alabama. Coming up, NIT First Round action continues with Sam Houston State and TCU. For Sean Harrington and our crew, I'm Dave Lamont saying good night from Tuscaloosa.